When is the angler bigger than the organization? That's what we're going to talk about right now. At what point does the organization say enough is enough and put a stop to the antics of some anglers? In my mind, there are several anglers that are making ripples into tidal waves in this industry. And when is enough enough? And because of social media, I think this often happens more than we really want, and it stirs up the crap and drama in this industry. And this community and industry is really much smaller than you'd actually think. There are times where we know someone who knows someone that's fairly close to us that could talk about or get to an angler or an organization. And because of social media, I think that at some point in time, the organization or the people involved need to put their foot down. And we can use James Watson as an example. He was very boisterous, very loud, talked about the things that he believed were wrong. Some of them are very true. And the organization had to say, you need to keep quiet. But is that right? People need to be able to have an opportunity to voice their opinion and voice what they think is wrong. And when there's people and owners within the organization that don't have the same narrative as the people out that are being outspoken, then they need to find a common ground. But at one point, do they go, okay, this is enough? Can an angler be bigger than the organization? Technically, no. Can a group of anglers be bigger than the organization? Probably not. The organization needs to be the biggest part of that community. And if an angler is constant being negative, spouting out, what can the organization do to make this or rectify the situation? And do they kick him out? Because quite honestly, they can make another star out of anyone. But is that fair? Enough is when a relationship between an angler and an organization ceases to line in goals, values, and financial gain. An example of that would be high entry fees versus low payouts. Because anglers pay tens of thousands of dollars in travel, gas, expenses, food, and entry fees. Or if an organization lacks transparency, one of the things I preach about, I think there should be more transparency on what's going on within the industry, not only to the anglers, but to everyone. There shouldn't be any hidden things that we find out. If you fail a polygraph or you pass a polygraph, what are the questions? There's a million things that are not transparent to media, fans, or the anglers. Or is it a lack of growth, of media exposure that an angler is not getting because he's paying those high entry fees and getting nothing back in return? Yes, you get something said when you're walking across the stage, but if you're not getting time on the show and you're not doing well, you lack that media exposure that you are promising to your sponsors. And without that, you have no clear advancement path. And a lot of these anglers overcommit without a lot of return. And they put themselves in financial strains. And with those strains, sometimes ethical concerns pop up. But what can anglers do to make sure that the organization has not had enough with them? They can communicate more. They can also consider switching organizations. Go from one to the other. See how it fits your needs. However, you have to remember that if those anglers leave, they have to requalify or qualify for that next division. And that is a big problem because you can get into that purgatory of those opens or invitationals. And many anglers have that issue getting out. And many anglers should focus on sponsorships, on more independent financial stability. Because these days, sponsorships are very tough, but focusing on that can make you successful as a brand. But when is enough for an organization and an angler? You tell me in the comments below. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to all the new members and all the new subscribers, all the people who are interactive on the channel. I'm humbled by all of it. It is fantastic. And I believe this community is the best. So again, thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. So click that button and welcome to the team. Remember, take your kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.